taken away.
Why are you interested?
Well, I just stumbled across some of your videos, and I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a fan. Sorry, I'm getting an echo. Is that on my end? Hello?
Hello?
Sorry, I'm getting an echo.
There's nothing I can do about it, mate. I'm sorry.
That's alright. Anyways, I wish there was a way I could fix this. I had stumbled across some of your videos through watching, it was actually a Captain Osimo video, and then I stumbled across a DPR Jones video, and then Alex Botten videos, and so on. So I just wanted to see, and then I found your channel and was watching a video that you'd made, and that you'd mentioned it there too, so I was trying to figure out exactly how it was that you weren't able to speak freely when, I mean, it would seem like YouTube would be the only people who would be able to stop you from doing that, unless you were, you know, like threatening people or something, but I would have guessed they would have closed your channel down by now if that was the case. So it seems like you should be free to say pretty much whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
And so I guess that was where I was confused, is I didn't understand how YouTube users were stopping your free speech when there's nothing, you know, you can post videos pretty much about anything you want. So how exactly is it that they're stopping you from, or they're, you know, inhibiting your free speech, I guess was my first question.
Well, I suppose threatening you?
Right, but that doesn't stop you from saying whatever you want to say at any time.
Oh, right. So threatening you, nearly getting you sectioned and put in a hospital, having your doctor invite you in and pretending to invite you in for one thing when actually it was for something else. That's what the Atheist organised. So you think I'm free to do what I want on YouTube when that kind of thing's going on?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what sectioned means. I'm guessing that means like locked up.
It means try to get you into a mental hospital without your permission, without informing you, without talking to your family, without talking to you.
Yeah, alright.
Would you agree with that? Do you think that's a good thing?
Well, I don't think it's a good thing. I was just trying to understand.
Yeah. So if you've had that kind of behaviour done to you, and you're continually getting threats and people saying they're going to DMCA you, and then they DMCA you, and these are channels that atheists run using archive channels of my videos, and then these archive channels send me a threat because I've DMCA'd them because they're using my videos, and I've told them that they can't use those videos, and then they use them, and then I DMCA them, and then they threaten me and say we're going to DMCA you, and then they DMCA me.
Well,
so do you agree with that?
Well, I'm not ultra familiar with all the ins and outs of how YouTube and the DMCA thing works exactly, and I was actually curious about that too, because if there's an archive channel that's taking your videos and using them, but they aren't using them, you know, within the fair use guidelines, like as for commentary or whatever, they're just blatantly posting your videos in their entirety without your permission, that's against fair use rules, isn't it? Like those channels wouldn't YouTube shut those channels down automatically?
Well, they haven't done that. They're up, and not only one, but they set up 3 more channels. They've set up 3 more, so there's literally, the atheists have control basically of at least 2,000, maybe going on to 2,500 videos of mine, perhaps even more than that.
Now, my other question too would be is...
That's atheist, by the way.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I can only take your word for it that it's atheists that are running these channels, but...
Well, they're all in communication with each other. As
right.
an atheist community. It's all the same atheists that constantly have made abusive remarks on my channels, all working together on those channels.
Well, that was another thing that I wanted to talk to you about, was the atheist.
So why are you interested in all this? I mean, where are you coming from? Are you kind of what's your aim in all this conversation?
No, I'm just an everyday person. I'm not. I mean, I guess my connection would be that I watch all your guys' videos. Well, not all of them, but I view a lot of them. But that's pretty much it. Like, I'm just an average Joe nobody.
But you're an atheist, yeah?
I am an atheist, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess. I mean, it depends, I guess, on how you define...
Do you know any of these people that are around that have tried to talk to me, or that I feel oppressed by? Do you know any?
No, I don't know any of them any better than I know you.
Yeah, so you don't know them at all? You've not talked to them, no?
No, actually, you're the first person... well, I've tried to get in on some hangouts, yeah. Although most of the time people are talking over each other so much that you don't really get to say anything.
And what hangouts would those be?
I've been in some G-Man hangouts. I've been in some back when Fundamentally Flawed was still going. I think I attended maybe 1 or 2 of their hangouts. You know Nadia?
Yeah, what about Left Coast Atheist? Have you been on there?
No. I've only been on like 3 Google Hangouts, and I literally maybe got to speak for all 3 combined, maybe 30 seconds total. And it was just like to ask questions or throw in my 2 cents on something.
On Left Coast Atheist?
No, I've never been on his show. I don't even know who that is, or I mean, I do now that you've mentioned them, but I'd never heard of them before. I know you guys as, like, watching TV, I know you guys as, like, characters. I know you, I know G-Man, I know DPR Jones, I know Thunderfoot, Alex Botten, Jim Gardner, Bible Thumping Wingnut. Like, I know you guys just from viewing your videos on YouTube, but I don't know any of you personally.
But all them have a base. All them have a place where they can go, where they can make their videos, and where they don't feel they're going to be taken off. Where I don't have a base anymore, even though I've got many different channels, I don't have a base, because as soon as I have a base, that base will get attacked, and I can't risk building up a channel and then losing it. So at the moment, I'm baseless. I'm just traveling from different channels, and I'm not sitting in any one place, and I'm starting new channels, and it's very difficult.
Well, I guess my question to that would be is, would you prefer to have one channel, or do you like having several channels?
No, I prefer to have one channel where I can control my output and be happy there, but I have to do it because of the way the atheist community continually want to keep my old videos and put those up, so I have to counteract them.
So, I mean, there's no way for you to just like set up a fresh new channel and you know, like turn all the stuff off, so you know, anyone who signs up or whatever, you know, like, so you have full control over who gets to comment and who gets to subscribe and you know, this and that. Like, I'm not ultra familiar with how YouTube works from that respect. But I have a channel, but I just shut everything off because I don't really communicate aside from maybe, you know, leaving a comment for a video in a comment section or something. Like, I don't have subscribers, I don't post videos or anything like that. Well, so couldn't you do that and then just consolidate everything into one brand new channel and then just control it from there? And you know what I mean?
I can't do that because I can't allow comments, because if I allow comments it's just all propaganda where they might link to their channels and things like that. So it's the same old crowd. There's a large number of atheists that have developed a kind of culture around me where they'll just come on and with that same crowd, and 95% of what they say is abusive. So I have to mute them, and then that spoils the comment section because people think I'm stopping them commentating, but I'm not. I allowed complete free speech on Samuel Zwemer Seminary archive channel that I have, and there's a video on there that has 70,000 views, and I let people commentate on it all the time because people are having debates and discussions. But when I actually, that's a debate of somebody, but if I actually make a video, it doesn't end like that. It just ends like this same old crowd comes and spoils it, and I have to start muting people.
Right, but I've noticed, like, as of late, that you've turned the comments off on most of your uploads anyways, so if you're having to do that no matter what, then why not just do it anyways? I mean, you basically, it boils down to, you have two options. It's either leave the comments on and allow people to say whatever they want to say, which you don't really have any control over. I mean, I guess you could flag the comments if they're, you know, if they violate the guidelines of YouTube, if they're hate speech or threats or whatever, and then YouTube will take care of it from there. But
no, because
other than go ahead.
I've had thousands of videos, and many of those videos are gone, and they're gone, and some videos I allowed debates and discussions on. Many videos I had to mute because they weren't debates, they were just, excuse me, pure abuse. I would prefer to have debates and discussions with people, but if there's a community of people that all they seem to think that it's a happy thing to just continually say nasty things about someone, then it makes it difficult to develop a culture like that. So I don't want to mute videos because that's spoiling my freedom of expression. And it's not a case of one or two people spoiling it for the many. It's a culture. It's a group of people, not just trolls, but a group of atheists who've gathered around. What you don't seem to realise is it's like Spider-Man or Superman cartoon character. You get people who are fixated with that kind of character, and I've become a character on YouTube, and there are certain groups of people, i.e. atheists, that are fixated with the character. They think it's funny and they get a buzz out of it, but they're fixated with it and they become overtly fanatical. So it's not just one or two. It's a community of these people, and that is the frustrating thing. You can't control that, and it spoils your conversation. But it's got worse than that, because around that culture is atheist leaders that will continually want to drag me back into controversy with them, which I don't want to get into anymore, and not allow me to move on. Because if you look at my videos from 2000, from Christmas to now, 95% of all the videos have been basically either sermons or basically biblical scholarship. So I've tried to move on from being that kind of character on YouTube.